So, real quick, what we're doing, we're on a road tour.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We have a new host. This is Suzanne. We want to introduce her to all of our viewers, so we're hitting every county that views us.
That's cool.
In 5 days, 7 counties a
This is
day.
our last day, I know. This is our 35th county.
Wow.
We got one more to go to.
Oh, yeah, we've been rolling, yeah. Beating some of your times on that, out there. Maybe not so much in our RV, but it's been fun. So we just wanted to come by and take a look at your place and maybe ask you a couple questions after. So you just want to give us a condensed, super fast. I know you're used to being fast. Let's do one of those.
I'm pretty fast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So most all the cars in here are milestone events, the real cars. Like this car is the car that I won the 2005 All-Star race with in Charlotte, 2005, and it was $1 million paycheck night. So we happen to have all three of the cars that I won $1 million paychecks with in the museum.
Yeah,
so
did they give you that in like a briefcase or a duffel bag?
Yeah, they were. One of these cars has dollar bills flowing all over it.
I love it.
They threw out of the Brinks truck. It was fake.
That's what I'm talking. Oh,
fake, of course, but
right,
they were throwing them all over the racetrack, following along. But anyway, this is kind of where we start. This is my first win in NASCAR Cup competition. This is the car from 1989, Rockingham. I raced for Jack Roush 18 years, and this car was the 10th car that we built, and we got our first win with it, and we got 4 or 5 wins. We retired this car 2 different times for better race cars. Then we went back and drug it out when we were having dry spells and won with it again. So it represents either 4 or 5 of my 35 wins, this particular chassis. So it's a real special race car. It's that one. Everybody seems to have one that is their go-to race car.
At what lap or what point in that race did you know, this is it? This is going to be my first one?
Oh, it was the very last few inches of the race because I had run second 6 times.
Oh, yeah.
And every time I'd go to another race, the media would ask me, when are you going to win? I'm like, I don't know. I hope soon because it's driving me crazy.
All right, I love it. All right, let's keep rolling. You'd say, did you ever work in a pit crew? Ever? At some point?
Yes, I was a crew chief for Rusty Wallace once in 1978 for one race. And also I do have my experience up on the pit box.
Yeah, how fast do you think you could change a tire if you had to?
Oh, last time I changed a tire in a pit crew, we were having to do it with lug wrenches. They had a rule where you couldn't use air wrenches.
That's awesome.
But we could get it done around just under 30 seconds back then. So we had these lug wrenches made just right with weights on them so that when you flung it one time, it would take the nut all the way off. And then when you flung it this way to put them on, it had so much weight spinning that when it hit, it would tighten it and you wouldn't have to go back and tighten it. So we had to get really fast at it because they were trying to make us not change tires during the race. And so we made these lug wrenches and we did all this stuff and got it down to about 30-second pit stops so that we could change 2 tires in 30 seconds and we could do it during the race. So we continued to change tires.
I forgot how to change a tire.
That's legit.
This is the second race car that I ever raced. The first and second years I raced were right out here at Batesville Motor Speedway. I got my very first race start out here in 1974. We were towing with this trailer in 74. This is the car from 75. And if you look here at this picture, this is a photograph in 1975 with the trophies that I had won with this car sitting on it on this trailer. So 40 years difference. I finally got this trailer back in 2015 and restored it and put it in here. So that's 40 years of history.
I would say in football, what I've noticed is that for every athlete in football, there's always that one hit where you have a decision to make. If this is for me or if it's not for me. Do you have that same moment in racing where, I don't know if it's top speed you hit, maybe a close collision where you have to make your decision. This is what I'm meant to do, or no, I need to go and hang this up.
Well, I was not going to make it in the NFL, as you can
Fair
see.
enough. You could be fast. You are fast.
Or the NBA. So I wanted to, I liked to play sports when I was a kid, wasn't any good at it. I wasn't any good at anything until I started driving a race car. And so it was pretty cool to be good at something. But I started in '74 racing in the dirt tracks around here. And in 78, I came to this realization that I was going to be able to make a living doing this.
Yeah.
And that, I remember, it was a very euphoric feeling, you know, because I was doing it for the fun of it, and because I was finally good at something. And so that was a great realization. And there were times when it didn't look like I was going to make a living at it, but it did all work out.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, I'm sorry to hold you up. There we go. Yeah.
Right around the corner here is another $1 million car. This is where I followed the car around after the race, and they were throwing these $1 million checks out. But one of the cool things about this race was not only did we win $1 million winning this race, but a fan won $1 million. So we made a fan a millionaire this night.
Yeah. Do you remember the fan's name, or was it just at random?
I have to look it up because I don't want to say it wrong.
Okay.
But I know her.
Oh, yeah. I bet she better know you. Yeah.
We're buddies. Yeah. She loves me. She's a fan for life. But yeah, she was chosen to be if I won, she would win $1 million. And so we won $1 million, and she won $1 million, and it was a very special night. And matter of fact, I was hoping that I might see her in this picture, but I don't. But it was a very special night. This is a picture of Victory Lane, and you can see the joy and excitement. This race team here had never been to Victory Lane before, so it was probably my 32nd or 33rd win in my career. But this group of guys had not won on this level, so this was a real special win for them.
Yeah, you probably don't see her in that picture because she's unconscious somewhere because she just won $1 million. Good night. That'd be awesome. Oh yeah. Now I like this. I like me a little whiskey here and there. Yeah.
Crown Royal. Yeah, Crown Royal sponsored the IROC series, which was the International Race of Champions, where they invited four drivers. They invited drivers from all different venues all across the world: Formula One, IndyCar, World of Outlaws, all kinds of drag racing, you name it. And they all came and raced in equally prepared cars. This is where I had the most success of my career, is in the IROC series. We won. This is the only thing where I outperformed Dale Earnhardt.
Okay, I like it, yeah.
We got 13 wins and 5 championships, and I think that he got 4 championships and 11 wins. So he gave me a run for my money. But this is right off the racetrack. It hasn't been cleaned. You can see the rubber and all on the car still. The pushing and shoving on the front bumper and the back bumper where we were making contact. I wanted it to be straight off the racetrack, and this also was $1 million championship winning car. So pretty special stuff for a little kid from Batesville, Arkansas.
All right, Sue, I don't know about driving this bad boy. That's a little bit more our speed right here, yeah.
Definitely. I was going to say, like, is that something that you hopped in when you were a little kid?
I don't think even I could fit in that one. That is the oddest trophy.
Oh, that's a trophy. That's awesome.
That is actually a pole-winning trophy from the Chicago Speedway, I think. So, pretty interesting little trophy. But they still give them out because I see them every time they go there. To the pole winner gets that and gets one like that. So, it's pretty cool. But we have a lot of stuff. All the trophies are here from probably all 96 of my top 3 series and NASCAR wins are here, and like I said, many of the milestone race cars. But my favorite part about the museum here is the photographs, because they capture all the people that worked on my race car or worked with me or raced against me or I raced with through the years, and that's really special. But I know you guys probably know this, but I'm a very proud Arkansan. When I retired, coming back home to Arkansas was really important to me, and we're putting on this big race
in September, right?
In September, and one of the cool things is that we expect to have racers from 30 different states coming into our great state of Arkansas to enjoy the beauty and my very first dirt track.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So
that's gotta be special.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. It'll be our 2nd annual, and we're really putting a lot of work and emphasis into that, and really want to get everybody to come out and watch it. We'll be out there all week from Tuesday night on. So if you can't make it on Saturday night for the big race, we got a lot of great racing all week.
The cool thing I heard about that, you said you're a proud Arkansan. A lot of the sponsors are going to be Arkansas businesses. This is a grassroots fundraiser. So what happens in Arkansas stays in Arkansas and keeps giving back to the state of Arkansas. What does it mean that, your Arkansas boy can come grow on up and put on stuff like this where you have racers coming from across the country just to get on your track?
Well, there's two sides of it. One side of it is that, we're really excited to partner with great company, Arkansas-based companies, to do something that benefits children in the area here, abused children. This year's all the fundraising is going to go toward Children Advocacy Center here in Batesville. So we're really excited about that, but also to be able to do something to help the grassroots racers. I was one of those guys once, and what I really am going to try to do is leverage as much national coverage as I can for these guys, for them, their careers, and their sponsors, to try to help them as well. So it's a double whammy for me. I'm so excited to be able to do it, and we had so much fun last year. It was just absolutely amazing. I was actually bummed on Monday when we had to go back to the real world, because the whole week was just a blast with the racers and with the fans and all the things that we do. Just really good times.
Yeah, when you talk about those grassroots racers, they see a guy like you and they're just like, that's who I want to grow up and be like. Do they ask you, hey, before I hit this line, before we, put that pedal to the metal, what's one piece of advice you could give me? What would you tell them?
Gosh, man, don't give up on your dream. And the way to get there is to outwork the next guy. I mean, the real reason that I made it all the way to where I did was, number one, I was very fortunate, but I outworked the competition. And I didn't have more talent than they had, but I worked harder. And hard work will make up for some talent.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to drive the rest of this road tour. I'm going to be just going about 100 miles an hour down the interstate now.
Pretty good at racing cars.
Yeah. I do have one more question for you. Are you a dog guy? You like dogs?
I like dogs.
Yeah, right.
I don't have one now, but
well,
I have.
I have one. All right. His name is Shade. He's like the most popular dog here in the state now after this tour. All right. If I give you Shade, would you give me that bottle of Crown sitting by that trophy? I mean, that has to be a special bottle of Crown right there, right?
It's pretty special, but I'd have to see Shade to give you an answer.
So you're saying there's a chance. I love it.